You're listening to Profit Without Worry, episode number 121. Do you ever feel like social media isn't working to grow your business and instead is a big old time suck? Well, let's talk about why and how to turn it around today. Hey there, I'm Michelle Evans, and this is the show where coaches, experts, and business owners like us get real about what it takes to create a profitable online business. I can tell you from experience that nonstop hustle plus random acts of marketing do not equal success. So how do we attract a steady flow of clients and sales without all the hustle? This is the Profit Without Worry podcast. Hey there, welcome back and thanks for tuning in today. So I've got a question for you. Have you downloaded your free guide to Profit Without Worry? It's really easy to do. Just go to profitwithoutworry.com/free and you can download the guide to get on your path to Profit Without Worry right there. And I'd love to connect with you. It's super easy. You can email me, michelle@michelleLevans.com, or hit me up on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Tag me and use the hashtag Profit Without Worry so that I see your message. Ask a question, leave a comment, or just say hi. I love to put a face with your name and know who's tuning in each and every week. All right, let's dive into today's show. Social media. Love it or hate it, social media is a big part of our lives these days. And I don't know about you, but I'm super skeptical of the Cinderella stories people share of their dramatic turnarounds of how they unlocked untold wealth and clients through a simple Facebook post or Instagram story or what have you. Now, I know that I am no Gary Vaynerchuk, but I've never ever had people rushing my virtual business because of any one single thing that I've done on social media. But I have had many clients over the years who got to know me over time through social media and then reached out when they felt that the time was right, they had enough trust, they understood what I was about, they read some of my other content, all that kind of stuff. So I know without a doubt that social media works, but I also know from my own experience and the experience I've seen from many of my clients that it doesn't work as a one-off lottery ticket where you create some magical unicorn post that fills your bank account. My social media philosophy actually comes from Gary Vee's book from way back in 2013, which doesn't sound that long ago, but it feels like an eternity ago. And the book is called Jab, 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 Right Hook. The whole premise of the book is that connecting, engaging, and finding clients online is all about one big thing: consistently being of service. Yeah, it's not sexy. It's not a lottery ticket to quick riches and fame. It's slow work to engage and serve your audience. But the end result payoff, it's worth it. Back in 2013, Gary Vee's promise in his book was really different than how most people were approaching social media. His main point was that you've got to consistently deliver great content that's custom tailored to the platform before asking your audience for something in return. Basically, each jab is value, followed by a right hook, which is an offer. So jab, jab, jab equals 3 pieces of value for every right hook offer. You may be thinking, hey, I've tried this, Michelle. I have tried and tried and tried for years to be of service on social media, but getting clients from social media just is not working for me. Yep, I hear ya. I used to spend hours scrolling through Facebook groups, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and more. I mean, I hate saying how much time I used to spend on social media, searching for ways to connect with people. So you remember when Blab was around, when Periscope was around? I can't even tell you how much time I spent on those things. But my connection strategies were off. They were wrong. And it would turn people off to me. So I want to break this down because if social media isn't working for you yet, it's probably because you're doing it wrong too. So a few things that really helped me is, number one, where's your audience? The first thing I always do with myself, with clients, with students, is to help them identify where their audience is hanging out on social media. Many times it's Facebook, but not always. It could be any number of other places instead of Facebook or in addition to Facebook. Here's what I know. It doesn't matter how amazing you are on social media if your audience never sees your efforts, right? So if you're making amazing Instagram stories and you spend time and you have your hair and makeup done and all that stuff, but none of your audience is on Instagram to see it, that is wasted effort, right? Okay, number 2, what's your goal with your audience? It's really important to know this because far too often, for myself and with other people that I see that we're trying to copy a well-known influencer's social media presence, and it does not work. You and I are not Marie Forleo or Gary Vaynerchuk or, name your influencer. Know why? The influencer is already really well known. They've done the hard work to become well known. When we're not yet well known, like you and I, we have to have a different strategy. And the first thing is to know what your goal with your audience is. So are you trying to get them familiar with you and just warming them up to what you stand for? Are you trying to position yourself as a thought leader or an expert or maybe as a rebel? Are you an innovator, or do you want people to see you as creating systems that are tried and true and proven? When you know your goal, it's a lot easier to create a strategy to establish yourself and your audience engagement strategy on social media. So, really understanding where's your audience hanging out, what is it that you're trying to do with that audience, and how are you trying to position yourself can really, really help. And then number 3, content. Content matters a lot. Your audience uses social media by, rapidly scrolling through their feeds at 1,000 miles per hour, especially when they're on their phones on the go. I mean, you do that. I do that, right? We're just scrolling through. And so our goal is to stop that scroll. And it's easier said than done. To really stick out, you need to share something that's different and eye-catching and compelling enough to quickly grab people's attention, or at least grab it long enough for them to pause and go, I wonder what that's about. And it needs to be uniquely you and your message. Now, I don't say this lightly. This is hard. It's hard work. It takes focus and it takes commitment to stop following trends. The way you do it is with bits of content, micro content, small, easy to understand, easy to read ideas that people can consume really easily on the fly, that they don't have to commit a lot of time or effort to understanding and reading and all that kind of stuff. This means very simple, concise copy that gets right to the point and clearly points out its purpose, its links or calls to action, and it makes it really easy for your followers to engage with you. So, you've got to stop thinking about your content as content and think about it more like micro content, tiny, unique nuggets of information, humor, commentary, or inspiration that you can reimagine every single day. And that's a quote from Gary Vaynerchuk that is directly from his book. And I just think that even though he wrote that in 2012, 2013, it still is really, really relevant and valuable today because people, if anything, they've gotten busier and have less focus and attention to give you. So, really thinking about a micro connection, a unique nugget of information, a bit of humor, a bit of commentary or inspiration, or just a little tiny nugget, right? All right, and then number 4, warm up your audience with a purpose. When you warm up your audience on social media in a way that's relevant and interesting and intriguing, they're going to want to know more about you. This is the perfect time to invite them to read a blog post or listen to a podcast or watch a video where you can deliver even more value. And again, this is why I'm so committed to the power of marketing funnels, because when you do this right, you have a journey you're taking your audience on, and it feels super, super relevant to them. In fact, doing it this way may mean that you rarely have to sell on social media at all, because You'll only have sales conversations in your marketing funnels with people who are actually ready and willing and excited to have that conversation with you. So bottom line here, you and I may be on social media to sell stuff, but our audience is not there to be sold to. They're there for value and entertainment, education, and engagement. So to turn things around, how I turn my stuff around for me, how you may want to turn stuff around for yourself on social media, I really recommend the following 3 steps. Number 1, create a messaging strategy for your business. Know your core message, know your core strengths, know your core audience. If you don't have these things nailed, I suggest you work with someone. I worked with Dr. Michelle Mazur to come up with Profit Without Worry, and I highly recommend her book, The 3-Word Rebellion, which is available on Amazon. I'll link to it in today's show notes, which you can get at profitwithoutworry.com/episode-121. I also, have a team at Scoop Studios that I work with every quarter, I guess, every 10 or 12 weeks, we get together and do a messaging strategy for the next quarter. And so it's really important to have a messaging strategy that either you create or you get help creating. Number 2, know your goal for social media and really stick to it. The worst thing you can do is be random and desperate. Be strategic and be focused about attracting and engaging your audience and establishing your reputation. And then number 3, create a marketing funnel that further draws your audience into your marketing circle. This will help you tremendously to not feel desperate and pushy on social media because all you need to do is engage with people. You don't have to push, you don't have to sell, there's no weird, yucky, emotional attachment. It's just about delivering value and engaging, right? And then you're just sending them off to your marketing funnel. And if they're interested, they'll keep going through it. And that's where you have the sales conversation when they're ready, when they're actually in that mindset, not when they're, at the dentist appointment scrolling between their cleaning and the dentist coming to see them. Like they're not in the mindset of buying something then, right? This is doing social media the Profit Without Worry way. And I'll tell you, it feels a heck of a lot better than wasting time desperately seeking clients, right? Desperately scrolling for clients. And I'd love to hear from you. How does your social media work for you? Are you going to try any of these changes, or were any of these 4 points that we went through today an aha for you? Hit me up on social media or email me, michelle@michellelevans.com. And as you were listening to this, did you think of someone who could use these insights about creating profit without worry in their business? If you could think of someone who could use this, would you do both of us a really big favor and share this episode with them? It's super easy to do from whatever podcasting app you're listening on, or just share the URL for today's show, which you can find at profitwithoutworry.com/episode-121. And your friend can listen right there on any device. And don't forget to download your freebie, 5 Steps to Profit Without Worry. You can get that at today's show notes or profitwithoutworry.com/free so that you can see what it takes to create a movement with your marketing. All right, I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you back here next week. Same time, same place on another great episode of Profit Without Worry. See you then.